The new Black Clover chapter is huge. This might be the best prediction theory ever. I really want you to watch the video all the way to the end and leave a comment. I want to know your opinion. It's so good, let's just skip the intro. Some of my predictions came true, like Rio lying to Ichika and Yami taking the blame to protect her. But not gonna lie, I never would have guessed that Ichika was the one who slaughtered the entire Yami clan. Or maybe it wasn't her after all. Think about it. A little 7-year-old girl, who doesn't yet have a magic scroll or a katana, was supposedly able to slaughter an entire warrior clan all by herself, with absolutely no combat or magic experience. And all because she swallowed a pill that apparently unlocked her full potential, which supposedly caused her to lose her control and go completely berserk. It just doesn't make any sense. Nah, something about dark magic and the connection to the underworld must have caused that. Why did she attack only the Yami clan when she was out of control? Rio, for example, was spared, and he was there. That doesn't look like something someone could do so precisely in an uncontrolled state. It actually looks like the Yami clan was the target, as if this was done by someone who for some reason doesn't get along with the Yami clan. And besides, if she had no control, then why didn't she kill Yami too? No way could Yami have been able to stop whoever was actually responsible for that massacre all by himself, not even with Rio's help. Especially because he didn't have that eye back then. So there are only two possibilities here. Either Yami was able to wake her up from her berserk trance, which means that Ichika is a ticking time bomb, which I highly doubt. Or, and this is where it gets crazy, Ichika was not the one who slaughtered the clan, but someone who controlled her body. She could have been possessed by none other than the dark magic devil Lucifugus, who was able to take control of Ichika because she ate the medicine that causes members of the Yami clan to fully awaken their true potential, and thus, their individual capability to connect to the underworld. That's going to make a lot of sense in a minute, so listen carefully. In the case of the Yami clan, why can the true potential between parents, children and siblings be so extremely different, when the magic potential is normally based only on genetics? This is the reason why royals, especially in the Clover Kingdom, prefer to marry nobles rather than commoners, for example. This means that Yami and Ichika should have more or less the same potential, which will be very similar to the potential of their parents. It is simply impossible for Ichika's true magic potential to be that much stronger than that of her direct relatives, unless the dark magic potential of the Yami clan is not genetically determined, but by a random amount of dark magic they receive from birth. Therefore, they rely on this pill to understand their true potential. Because for the Yami clan, magic potential works differently than for normal people, as they most likely don't have normal magic, but magic from the underworld. Morris has pretty much confirmed that dark magic is indeed magic from the underworld. And let's face it, Lucifugus was literally using dark magic. I mean, in mythology, he's even referred to as the devil of darkness who uses black magic. So if this is all true, the Yami clan must draw their dark magic directly from the underworld, because of some as yet unknown connection to Lucifugus. We have clear evidence that Yami's hometown is indeed connected to the underworld. Yami literally fished a demon fish, something that should only exist in the underworld. It must have something to do with what happened to Lucifugus in the past. I suspect that it most likely has something to do with the legend of the 5-headed dragon and the Celestial Maiden. It could be that Lucifugus was the one who fought the Celestial Maiden, whereby he probably controlled the 5-headed dragon. She managed to defeat Lucifugus, which caused his magic to leak into the sea, making it black and stagnant. This affected space and time and connected the sea to the underworld, because that's just how dark magic works. It dyed the world tree black to connect to the underworld. It also has the ability to cut dimensions, which proves that it is not limited by space and time, which is why it can have access to other worlds. And dark magic has also proven that it has the ability to freeze people. For example, when Yami fought Patri said that he could no longer move. The same thing happened to Nacht when he summoned Lucifugus. This explains the stagnation of the Black Sea. And dark magic is also the magic ability of the Yami clan, a clan that protects the area of the Black Sea and is also associated with demonic power. It would fit so good. All this would explain why the dragon is so weak, because it was never the main villain in the Land of the Rising Sun. This was a red herring Tabata used to distract us from the real enemy, as I have always assumed. In this theory, it's Lucifugus. But what really proves that this connection does exist, and that the magic potential of each member of the Yami clan is determined individually at birth, is the fact that each member of the Yami clan is always born with dark magic, without exception. Therefore, unless they practice incest, it is simply impossible to consistently produce 100% pure users of dark magic for hundreds of years. This is only possible if they receive dark magic from an external source, each of them being born with a different potential. This potential is then most likely the potential of a devil host. We have heard about this potential many times before, for example from Nacht's parents, or from Morris and Lucius, or even from the Zogratis family when they talked about Lucius' talent. But here's the thing, it's a talent. You can't train it. You are born that way. So something about the human body always has some connection to the underworld, with some people having a better connection than others, allowing the devil to better use those people as devil hosts. Those people are talented devil hosts, like for example Dante. So it's like humans function as transmitters to the underworld for devils. The reason why talented devil hosts can have stronger devils could then be explained by the fact that strong devils are deeper in the underworld, separated from the human world by several gates, and thus need a stronger connection, that is, a more talented human to make a contract. The stronger the devil is, the deeper it is in the underworld, the more gates separate them from the human world. The stronger the connection must be, the more talented the host must be. It makes sense. It is as Dante explained that their devil power from the underworld is limited because of the gates. When the gates open, the devil host becomes stronger, like we have seen with the Dark Triad. For example, Zenon's connection to the underworld reaches to the last gate, while Venika's only reaches to the layer where Megicula is. So she could never summon Beelzebub, for example, because her transmission would never reach the last gate. It looks like the Yami clan, just like the Faust family and the Zogratis, is a family that draws their power from devils. But in their case, it must be a much more special and unique situation, where Lucifugus is somehow connected to every single member of the family. And because each person has a different talent to be a devil host, each individual clan member has a different potential, and consequently how much magic they can draw from the underworld directly from Lucifugus. The person with the greatest potential in the Yami clan is called the Demon God, most likely because that person might have the ability to become the direct host for Lucifugus. This person could be Ichika. However, what the Yami clan may not have considered is that Lucifugus might be able to take over this so-called Demon God and gain control himself, which I believe happened. So it is possible that Ichika, who was out of control, was really only controlled by Lucifugus, who was taking revenge on the Yami clan for stealing his magic for centuries. Lucifugus most likely did not enter into this contract voluntarily, but was forced to do so because of a certain person in the past, namely the celestial maiden from the legends who fought the five-headed dragon, the first person of the Yami clan, which is why this legend was mentioned in the same page when Ichika talked about the ancestors of the Yami clan, because it's their origin. This clearly indicated a connection between the celestial maiden and the creation of the Yami clan. So Lucifugus killed everyone except Yami, which could be explained by only two possibilities. Either because Yami proposed the pact to Lucifugus, or because Lucifugus intentionally left him alive to blackmail him by offering to let Ichika live if he allowed him to take over his body instead. Now you think, why would Lucifugus even make a pact with Yami when he could already control Ichika, who in this theory is perfectly suited? And here we should not forget that Lucifugus, just like all the other devils, had only one goal in mind: to create the Cliffith so that they would be freed from the underworld. For this, Lucifugus needed someone who could obtain his dark magic grimoire in the Clover Kingdom, because this grimoire is an important part of the Cliffith ritual. Now you will say, but it is a 3-leaf clover grimoire and devils can only use 5-leaf clover grimoires. But what if it's not a 3-leaf clover grimoire, but a 5-leaf clover? And the reason why Yami could receive a clover grimoire at all, although he is a foreigner, which should not be possible, could have to do with the fact that he made a pact with Lucifugus before he left the Land of the Rising Sun. Of course, this means that his soul must be connected to Lucifugus, since Yami has managed to obtain new spells, which indicates that he is indeed connected to the grimoire, or at least connected to Lucifugus. Perhaps Lucius manipulated Yami's soul so that he could use the grimoire in the first place. The most important point here is that when Raya touched Yami's grimoire, he implied that there was something strange about the cover. Raya then quickly changed the subject, saying that it wasn't that important. Obviously, it is important. So in my opinion, it is 100% confirmed that Yami's grimoire is not what it seems. This is the most underrated clue in all of Black Clover. And we have already seen how grimoires can change or take other shapes. For example, hybrid grimoires, or grimoires that change their appearance. So we have 3 clues that Yami's grimoire may not be what it seems. First, Yami is a foreigner. It should be impossible for him to receive a grimoire. Second, dark magic most likely comes from Lucifugus and is definitely from the underworld, so not from humans. Which is why there can't be a 3-leaf clover grimoire that has dark magic. And third, Raya has confirmed that there is something strange about the grimoire. And if you wonder why no one noticed the devil magic, the same goes for Julius and his time magic. It's as simple as that. There is an unexplained phenomenon of how some devil magic goes undetected. Maybe dark magic is just like time magic in this regard, especially because both magic abilities have a grimoire, and both grimoires are sus as hell. So maybe Ichika was just too young to put the plan into action in time. Also, at only 7 years old, she should have been able to shipwreck in the Clover Kingdom and then survive all alone for many years until she could join the Magic Knights. Yami was just better suited for that. And so they may have come to an agreement where Yami sacrificed himself and was forced to go to the Clover Kingdom as part of the deal, where either Ryu erased his memories in the Land of the Rising Sun or Lucius in the Clover Kingdom when Yami arrived. That makes a lot of sense in terms of the whole lie that supposedly Yami was the one who destroyed the Yami Clan. Think about it, why did Yami have to take all the blame if it was really just because Ichika was out of control because of that medicine? It was not her fault. They could have just told the truth, while Ryu, as the son of the Lord, even being there as an eyewitness. Ichika would be innocent and Yami would not have to leave the country. If Yami really wanted to take the blame to spare Ichika the psychological damage he would suffer from guilt, he could have simply said that he was the one who took the medicine and lost control. So why did they make the lie more extreme than necessary? It doesn't make any sense. I don't see how this is better for Ichika, Yami, or anyone else, unless there is some unknown factor that we didn't see in Ichika's flashback that forced Yami to leave, such as Lucifugus. So what do you think of this theory? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, it really helps me a lot. And if you want to see more Black Clover content, then subscribe to this channel with the notification bell activated. I do weekly Black Clover content, theories, and reviews. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!